Morning. So today I'm going to talk about how schizophrenia, a complex mental health disorder, affect a person. So for the introduction, schizophrenia was first recognized over a century ago. Its precise causes are still unknown. It is still one of the most stigmatized and misunderstood illness in existence today. So for men, schizophrenia usually strike in the late teens or early 20s. And for women, it usually strike in the late 20s or early 30s. So schizophrenia is a rare mental condition that affects only 1% of the population. So a combination of hallucination, delusions, and severely abnormal thinking and behavior that can be unpleasant might be symptoms of schizophrenia. For my next slide, I'm going to talk about how a person daily life affected by schizophrenia. So my first point is social connection. So people with schizophrenia, they have a difficulty in building and maintaining relationship. So this isolation may worsen feelings of loneliness and have an adverse effect on a person's general well-being. They typically struggle with separating between realities and hallucination or delusions. So they might find it very, very difficult to have a meaningful and clear conversation with people. So next point is emotional health. So uncertain and intense emotions states are common in people with schizophrenia. So hallucination, delusion, and disordered thought patterns can be upsetting, frustrating, and anxious. So by creating coping mechanism is crucial to controlling the psychological effects of this illness. My last point is employment challenges. So many people with schizophrenia, they struggle to keep a normal job because they have trouble focusing, communicating, and handling their stress. So the influence on job performance can lead to unemployment or underemployment. So for my next slide is the causes of schizophrenia. So the first causes of schizophrenia is genetic. So schizophrenia tends to run in families, but not single genes is responsible for it. So researchers have identified some genes that may increase the risk of schizophrenia, but they only account for a small fractions of cases. So for the next causes is pregnancy and birth complications. Okay, so researchers studies have demonstrated that a higher likelihood of schizophrenia development is associated with prenatal or perinatal problems, including a low birth weight, premature labor, and oxygen deprivation. So for the last point is the environmental factors. So schizophrenia risk may be raised in vulnerable people by exposure to major stresses during important development stages, such as unfavorable circumstances in life or childhood trauma and chronic stress. So I already talked about how it affects and the causes of schizophrenia. So I'm going to talk about the treatment of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia can be treated by medication. So the primarily class of medication uses to treat schizophrenia is antipsychotics. So it reduces hallucination, delusions, and other psychotic symptoms. Next is social support. Social support is a very important. It includes companionship and understanding in addition to practical, financial, and emotion assistance. So people with schizophrenia may also benefit from social support in coping with stress, stigma or solitude. So for the last treatment is psychotherapy. So through this type of counseling, individuals with schizophrenia can control their symptoms, develop their social and communication abilities, and accomplish their own goals. So psychotherapists can also help them to comfort their false assumption and create a coping mechanism. So in conclusion, to sum up everything, schizophrenia significantly can impact someone's daily life. However, there are ways to avoid and lessen it. So early diagnosis is very important for people who have schizophrenia. So don't let stigma about mental health prevent you or someone that you're close to from getting help. So that's all from me. Thank you.